Good day, viewers. You're warmly welcome to my channel this morning. What I want to discuss with every one of us this morning is about mortality in pig farming. These are situations that are inevitable in pig farm, and when you observe mortality in your farm, it tend to be distressing. The truth is that if we lose our loved one, every one of us will feel the pain that we lost somebody in death. It is painful. The same thing too when we lose our cherished animal in our farm. It's also painful. However, we cannot compare the death of human to the death of an animal. But however, every one of us are going to the same place, which is the ground. For us to make profits in pig farming, we really need to reduce mortality in our farm. We really need to work on it if you are having a high rate of mortality in your farm. And what may cause it? Sometimes when the pig is pregnant, you really need to check a lot of things, especially when it's getting towards the time when it's fowl. What do? We need to put a lot of things in place. The environment should be well cleaned. The environment should be kept from harm so that when the piglets start coming out, we will not be having any bad record. But there is one thing that actually happen, which sometimes is inevitable. Our main aim of setting up a pig farm is for us to make profit. And your profit is a function of how many piglets your sow produce. If your sow produce, or let me use the word for those incoming pig farmers, if your female pig produce or give birth to three piglets, there's going to be a problem. The reason why I said there's going to be a problem, you know that this pig, you'll be feeding this pig for the past 104 days, especially if you buy them when they're pregnant. In pigs, when they're pregnant, you'll be feeding it for more than 144 days, and you have spent money in feeding. And for you to gain back those money that you have spent on this pregnant pig is a function of how many piglets it produces for you. Take for example, it produces 3 or 4 piglets. You already know that it's a bad business for you. But take for example again too, that it produces about 15, 16, 14 or 11 thereabout. You know you are aiming somewhere. It's going to be profitable for you. Now, deaths in your farm, we try to reduce this number. So what will you do to prevent mortality in your farm? Just like I said earlier, there are situations that is inevitable, but we should try to prevent it. We know that when the female pig gives birth, at that time it is very, very weak. Very, very weak. The strength level in that pig is low. And wherever that pig is lying, anything that is there is gone. Take for example, I will give you an example of what I have in my farm. When my large white littered, there's always that issue of not having strength. And whenever she lies down, if the piglet is there, you require a crane to raise that pig from that place. But after the first, second, and third day, that's when we see them having their strength back. In order for them to be, they will be agile. I will not compare the strength of a landrace when she gave birth, to the strength that the large white have. The large whites are good mothers. Others might dispute it. Why I say they are good mothers in the sense that if they step or fall on their piglets, the sound alone, you see, they will cry. The sound alone would make that large white pig to try to stand up so that that piglet will survive. But for the one of landrace, my own experience, it is very, very difficult for that first 3 days for the large one, for the landrace pig to stand. As a result, we start having this mortality because whenever they fall on it, that is all. Imagine you have like 15 piglets from your landrace pig, and every day one or two keep dying. That's bad business, and that farmer will not be happy. So, how can we solve this problem so that we will not be experiencing this type of mortality, which we say is inevitable? There are checks that we can put in place. Sometimes we know that these pigments breastfeed their piglets 3 or 4 times a day. So, if it is convenient for you to remove them after sucking, and introduce them when they want to suck. That will help you to keep these piglet alive. Or two, there are cage you can build within the pen, and this is solely for the piglet. Cage that you build is solely for the piglet, and also a cage that you can also build in your pen, which is solely for the sow. When she gives birth, she lies there. All she do need to do is her nipples will be out, and the piglet will just slow down and suck from them. There is no possibility of falling on them because that cage is just to confine that sow for 2 or 3 days, and then she'll be allowed to mingle with the rest in the pen. By doing this, we will see that we'll be able to reduce the mortality at birth. And also, we will not forget our injections. You give them the appropriate injection to keep them alive. And overall, we should feed them very well. Feeding is essential. Apart from putting those things into consideration, we must feed our pigs so that they will be able to give quality breast milk to their piglets. Thank you for watching.